What's up, everybody? We're live on YouTube. We just started the X Space. We had a short circuit, so we're trying to go ahead and get everything situated over there as well, too. So hopefully everybody will be coming in here shortly. I don't know what happened on the space. It was on for. I saw people head popping in, popping out, and all of a sudden people were gone. So I'm hoping that the everything with the space and stuff is straight now. I'm hoping. Look forward to having another great discussion tonight. Hopefully, everybody will tune in. If you're coming in on X, make sure you guys go ahead and first subscribe to the channel, then like tonight's program. Also, share it as well too on all your social media accounts as well too, and make sure you guys leave a comment. We love to read the comments over here in the actual X space and let everybody know what's going on. Shout out Nightfall. I don't know what happened over here on X. The first space right before I got ready to go live, it crashed. So this is actually the second space. So we're hoping that everything will come through. Y'all retweet out everything. Let everybody know that we're live over here. Again, I think that's kind of threw people off as well too. So hopefully our people will start coming in. DJ, I sent you the co-host, but I see you hadn't accepted it yet. But yeah, man, we're live over here. We gotta get into this thing. What's up, Cruise Control? Peace to you as well too. Tonight we're gonna be diving in on this whole Blexit powered. You got these Blexit people coming up to these HBCU campuses. They're making it their mission. This thing is led by Candace Owens with affiliation of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA. Their mission, their objective is to go ahead and try to quote unquote have black people exit the actual Democratic Party and I guess go Republican. So that's the whole thing that we're talking about. Candace Owens is talking about leaving the Democratic Party and the victimhood that follows so many black people and minorities in this country. Now, to my knowledge, Candace Owens is talking about the HBCU tour. It's supposed to be 10 universities that they're going to be touring in this country here. We saw what happened lately when we had the situation when they were up there at, I believe it was Tennessee State. And we saw exactly what happened on that situation there. It did not go to their liking. It's funny how she puts this whole thing, victimhood, whenever it's dealing with black Americans. Candace Owens never mentions victimhood when it comes to any other group. And she never mentions victimhood when it comes to her Native Caribbean people as well, too. But for whatever reason, it's victimhood when it comes to black people because you got a legitimate gripe about how things are ran and how things are done in this country. What's going on, Ben Israel? It says that on X, it's suspended. What happened? Yeah, they suspended the account, man, because I went in on Charlie Kirk with a factual post. So, yeah, the new News Toter account is News Toter 247. Is News Toter 247. It's actually at News Toter 24 and _7. So check that out. You guys make sure y'all go ahead and retweet everything out tonight as well too. DJ, not DJ, but Professor, I see you up in here. DJ was having some connection issues as well too. So Professor, what's going on? I'm gonna touch up on this article in just a second, man. Y'all retweet it out. Like I said, we was having some heavy issues over here. And
as soon as I came up in the space total, it popped up that message talking about reconnections issue, or the host is having reconnection issues or something like that. And I said, oh Lord, I wonder if this space is about to crash. So, and sure enough, it did. But hey, it's back up and rolling though. Back up and rolling.
Yeah, it's back up and rolling. DJ, the thing was saying that I tried to send you the host thing, but it was saying you could only accept 2. So give me 1 second while I maneuver the space, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'll send you back. Give me 1 second. Everybody on YouTube, y'all hang tight as well too. I got to go ahead and maneuver things so the co-host can come up here as well too. But we going in tonight. This whole Candace Owens thing, and people are kind of getting emboldened now, man. You talk about sitting up here coming to HBCUs.
It's just a horrible app, man. So it is what it is, man. We got to motivate on over to somewhere else and get on and start popping, man. But shout out to the wrong News Toter, man.
I'm back. Go ahead and I just sent you that co-host invite too. So I'm back now, and you should be able to accept it. Yeah, man. Professor DJ, I know you said you heard about it as well too, about the whole situation with Candace Owens in the Blexit. Like I said, this thing is supposed to be backed by Charlie Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA. So let me go ahead real quick while our people as they slide up in here and stuff like that. Shout out to you, Nappy. I see you down there. I know you was up in the space before and things kind of crashed out. So shout out to you. Shout out to Resting per Capital as well too. Shout out. Chris is back up in here as well too. Y'all tweet it out. Let everybody know we're live. You guys want to say anything? DJ, I sent you the co-host invite too. You guys want to say anything? Professor, DJ, y'all want to say anything? It's a short article. Yeah. So
yeah, I just want to say right quick, family, and this is just off topic just a little bit, but the reason why I'm bringing it up because Charlie Kirk, of course, always kept our name in his mouth, right? So let's stay focused on the fact that we still got more of these people like Charlie Kirk sitting out there, because I just saw where a pastor, and this is another one of these, right-wing, I guess you would say neo-Nazi ideology type people who follow Charlie Kirk, by the way.
Hey, I'm going to touch up on that pastor thing tomorrow too, Professor. So,
the guy in Utah, this guy in Utah is targeting black youth, everybody. He wants them executed. Yep. So we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to touch up on that one tomorrow. But shout out to everybody. I see my girl Rella down there as well too. Original as well too. MZ is that Miss Bruner. What's going on with you as well too? DJ, you want to touch up? You want to hit anything? And Nightfall is right. He says anything involving a Kundis is already irrelevant. So yeah, it is. I agree with you on that part too as well, Nightfall. But when you start having people coming up into, you got the black youth up on campus, they're learning and this and that or whatever. Now you got people coming in there. And don't get me wrong, they're using skin folks to come in there as well too, to spread this propaganda as well too. So tensions are already high right now with all the threats that the HBCUs were receiving after the Charlie Kirk murder. There's tensions already flying high right now. So you got people coming in. They saw how things went sideways when they had the white boys come on Tennessee State. So they're like, oh, you know what? We'll send the black ones on here and this and that or whatever. So they hitting up all the homecomings. I think FAMU homecoming here in Tallahassee is like the 17th or whatever. So they'll be in town for that as well too. So this should be very interesting how this thing is going to play out here. Let me go ahead and read this article real quick. And Professor, stay up here. I want to make sure that that you can hear me as well too when I go to this article. So you know how messed up these spaces are. Can you still hear me, Professor? Professor, can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you just fine.
All right. The title of this, and this is from HBCUsports.com. Blexit conservative group planning to invade HBCU campuses homecomings. Saying it wants to foster critical thinking and challenge the status quo, a group of black conservatives has scheduled an HBCU coming campus tour. Blexit, an organization founded by conservative commentator Candace Owens, is taking a tour called Educate to Liberate to 10 campuses this month. According to the Blexit website, the mission of the tour is about sparking powerful conversations on HBCU campuses. The tour featured Blexit members Stephen Davis, Anthony Watson, Savannah Craven, Craig Long, and the so-called Blexit student movement team. The tour aims to challenge conventional thinking about education, personal empowerment, and culture narratives among America's youth, according to the website that has a partnership with the Charlie Kirk-backed Turning Point USA. So you already know what we're headed down right now. If they partnered up with Charlie Kirk, and if Candace Owens is leading the way as well too. What HBCUs will Blexit tour? According to the promotional flyer, the tour is next scheduled for Jackson State University on October 10th. The tour will then move to Tennessee State University. They were just at Tennessee State University, but I think that was the white boys. Florida A&M University on October 17th, North Carolina Central University on October 23rd, Howard University and Hampton University on October 24th, Bowie State University and Lincoln State on October 31st. Previous events were held at Johnson C. Smith University and Alabama State University. I wonder how things went down there at Johnson C. State and Alabama State. Professor, I know Alabama, that's your neck of the woods. What is Blexit? Candace Owens, who has spent several years campaigning for what she calls a black exit or Blexit from the Democratic Party, and what she says is permanent victimhood. Blexit is a renaissance, Owens told Fox News in 2018. Blexit is the black exit from the Democratic Party. It's the black exit from permanent victimhood, the black exit from the falsehood that we are somehow separate from the rest of America. Its website and laying out the group's vision says that it wants a better future for minority communities through a series of educational justice and economic reforms, and seeks to change the narrative that surrounds America's minority communities with a particular focus on African Americans. The HBCU Blexit tour comes on the heels of a group of right-wing provocateurs being swiftly removed from Tennessee State University campus in Nashville last month, of course, after attempting to spark debate and promote inflammatory rhetoric about DEI and immigration. So, yeah, it would make sense that they would follow up right behind them as well, too. So, Professor, I trust that you can hear me okay, right?
Yep, I heard everything. And that's very interesting there about them going to every HBCU and they're trying to use some of they're trying to use some people that look like us, but who are not actually us. Families, stay alert, because we're going to see more and more of this type of stuff going on where they're going to be using these different folks from the African diaspora to try to get us pulled into all of this stuff. Don't let yourself be fooled by any of this. And I know most of you know the game. Do not allow yourself to get pulled into this crap with Charlie Kirk and people that follow him or any of this other ideology out here that promotes us being somehow the bad group in America, because that's really what these folks do. They always target Black Americans as being the ones that's causing all the problems. So stay alert.
Absolutely. And it's kind of funny that Candace Owens, anything that she's following up behind, you already know that it's a mess of nonsense. This whole victimhood thing that a lot of Black people, especially with foreign backgrounds and stuff, love to place off on Black Americans. Now, Candace Owens, to my knowledge, has said times before that she won't be critical of Caribbean Blacks because, she's a Caribbean Black. But yeah, she's going to come up here and she's going to talk about this whole victimhood thing. And she's talking about Black Americans. Make no bones about it. She's not talking about the Black diaspora or anything like that. She's talking about Black Americans and victimhood and this and that or whatever. My thing is, if you feel that Black victimhood is such a powerful thing in the world, why not first pick up the pieces and go back to where you actually come from and try to fix Black victimhood over there? But that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to bring it over here. You come into these HBCUs, just really trying to start some mess. They saw how unsuccessful it was before with having those white cats go up there and how everything popped off and the drama behind that. So they said, you know what, we'll be a little bit smarter this time. We're going to pick and choose which HBCUs we go to. And not only that, they're saying, you know what, Professor, we're going to go at homecoming time where everybody's going to be in a festive mood and everything else like that. And, to prevent any kind of pop-offs, anything like that, people will be focused more on football games and the after parties and the nightlife and all this other kind of stuff that we know goes on at these HBCU universities during homecoming. We can go up there and we kind of start some mess up. And because, nobody wants any negative press, any negative attention, everybody's going to pretty much be well behaved and on their best manners and everything else like that. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that, and we'll come up here, we'll say a bunch of nonsense and this and that or whatever, and hopefully we'll get a couple people to bite. Now, any place you go at, you're gonna find people that's gonna agree with the message. You got people on HBCUs that's gonna agree with what Candace Owens said. Hey, you know what? Yeah, we do spend too much on this. We do spend too much on that. You're absolutely right about the victimhood mentality in Black America and this and that or whatever. It's funny that Candace Owens, from my understanding, at one time was actually, I believe she sued on racism. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I could paraphrase, but I think she used even the NAACP to help her, get her money and everything else. Now all of a sudden, she done married white. She's full-blooded MAGA conservative and this and that or whatever. and she's sitting up here talking about the victimhood and all this other talking points that a lot of white people in this country love to mention when it comes to black people. Now you done got too good, and as old timers say, you're smelling your stuff. So, it's funny how things change when, you think, hey, I can come up and I can use this as a way to go ahead and prosper off of the community and this and that or whatever. Now, we know it's a multi-million dollar, if not billion-dollar operation when it comes to anti-blackness. She partnered up with one of the masters of anti-blackness, somebody who built up his entire portfolio off of anti-black hate and rhetoric and everything else like that. Charlie Kirk, she's using his organization. How in the hell do you think? I can imagine. I'm up here in Tallahassee, born up here in Tallahassee. I can imagine how this is going to be received when they hit fam up. This is not going to sit well. Professor, I know they're going to Alabama State, your neck of the woods too. It's not going to sit well there either. And the fact of the matter, once they hit campus and people start talking about, hey, Turning Point, that this thing is backed and powered by Turning Point. It's got Candace Owens coming. Candace Owens, she's pushing all this stuff right here too. Like I say, I like the way they're trying to frame it. They're saying, you know what? We're gonna use homecoming. We're gonna use a joyous occasion. We're gonna use a time when alumni come in town and everybody's looking to have a good time. We're gonna come up here and we're gonna start kicking this stuff and we're gonna start saying this stuff because, like I said, hey, y'all don't want to get any bad press. Y'all don't want to have any blowups on campus. So you're gonna sit up here and you're gonna listen to this rhetoric and this and that. Look, if you want to sit up and have a debate at these universities, you can easily schedule a debate, against some of the people in the academic in certain academic fields, a debate team or whoever you want to. The fact of the matter that you coming up here messing with people after we just saw what the white boys did. The white boys came on Tennessee State. They got ran up off campus. You had people sitting up here talking about, well, it's a free country. Whatever happened to having an open mind and this and that? Like, we're supposed to always have an open mind and sit there and listen and be talked to any kind of way or whatever and not respond. So, no, this is not going to go well at any of these most of these HBCUs. Now, like I say, you're going to get a few people that's going to jump and that's going to go along with it as well, too. But most of these people at these HBCUs, I can already tell you, when they come up at a FAMU, you have a bunch of people that ain't going to go along with that stuff. Professor, go ahead. You got it. Shout out to Original up here as well, too. Shout out to Andre and Carlos. Cutie, I see you down there as well, too. Shout out to everybody coming up in here. I want to get some speakers up in here, too, man, so y'all don't be shy tonight. Y'all see the topic. We're talking about this. We're talking about Miss Candace Owens. And even though he's gone and he's dead, Charlie Kirk, his organization still lives along, and they still got one of their belly warmers sitting up here propping this nonsense up. The same one who's always critical of Black American culture. It's funny how she can go in and out when it's convenient for her. She can talk about the victimhood and black this, black culture, and black this and black that. And then the next minute she said, well, I'm really not a Black American and all this other stuff. So whenever it's convenient for Candace Owens, she can flip-flop in and out of Black American culture when it's convenient. She's not critical. She's never critical of her own culture, where she comes from. She's not saying, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to take this worldwide. We're going to go start in America, then we're going to go to the Caribbean, we're going to go to Africa. No, we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to sit over here in America, and we're going to sit up here and we're going to talk to Black Americans and say all this nonsense and stuff like that. Go ahead. Professor, let me let Original get up here, and then I got you next.
Hey, greeting, News Total, Professor in the room. Hey, News Total, did you say that they was going to Howard too?
No, they're not going to Howard. I know they're going to Alabama State. They're going to Tennessee State.
You blinked out on me.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Original, you can't hear me?
I think Original went into the Matrix.
Original, you might be in the Matrix. Carlos, if y'all can, okay, QT, everybody said they can hear me. So Original, you must be in the Matrix. I'm gonna drop you down real quick, and then
they're trying to put this on these state schools, and see what's stupid is
Original. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, what it looked like, News Total, is that they're doing this to all the HBCUs that are controlled by the state specifically. Now, what's crazy is, because I know a lot of these governors, they've been trying to take control of those HBCUs. And if you notice, them crackers, they were saying, well, this is state property. They had the right to be there. And I would like to know if who granted them permission to go onto these campuses. And if it's interesting they want to go around homecoming when you, like you said, when people there just to have a good time and fellowship with one another and just, and just continue on. But it's interesting because and people need to remind these black youth that I know some of them already know. Remember when that old tramp Candace Owen was on the Breakfast Club, and they said to her, now, if you black American and you grew up in the church, you already know what to say. When somebody say, ain't God good? And then the response is, all the time. And she sat up there looking like a damn fool. One of them guys said that to her, and she just sitting up there looking like a damn fool, like she didn't know what to say. I don't care how long you was in the church, but if you black American, you know what to say when somebody say that to you, okay? And that in itself. But see, News Tour, there was an article. I've been going through some of this stuff online, and what I'm finding out, News Total, is that these melanated immigrants, they have never been an ally to us. I was reading something today whereby it stated that this lady who was from the West Indies, this was like back in the 60s, and how she did not feel connected to black Americans. And that, as a matter of fact, they had that same attitude, stay away from us. And there was an article that I found on The Root where it said that after dissing them for decades, now black immigrants want to make things better with black Americans. No, y'all stay y'all butts over there where you are. If you didn't like us then, you don't like us now. See, they need us now because they're being deported about this place. And they need us to come out there and stand with them because of our unique pain and suffering and the moral compass that we carry. Well, in case they don't know, and some of them hear this, we're not coming to the rescue. You are on your own. You are not going to abuse us and get what you need and then turn your back on us. We're not playing that game. But I just find it interesting that they want to do this, and they're thinking that they have the right to do it. But I just hope these, and see, if they were serious about doing this, they would have picked a day other than homecoming. You see, they would have picked a day other than that. But that lets me know that they're not serious. This is just clickbait for them. They're trying, and they're gonna have their cameras out there. Then you'll see them. What these schools should do. The student body should just say, look. The student body should get together and start saying, look, we're going to ignore them. Don't engage them. If you do go near them, take a bullhorn and drown their asses out so they can't say anything. But I think they should do something just like ignoring them. Don't go over there to them. Take a bullhorn or something and drown them out. They can start reading some of Malcolm X or somebody's speeches and drown their butts out. But do something. Don't just let them come over there and want to dictate to you how things are going to go. Because if they have the right to come there and speak, those students have the right to go there and protest. So get your bullhorns out and get ready to rumble. And I'm gonna land with that.
Yes, sir. And I want to make everybody make sure you go ahead and retweet this space out. If you're in the space, this is the new News Total page that had to come back, got dinged by X. So go ahead and follow me. I know a lot of y'all was in here following me before. Make sure you go ahead and follow me again. Got suspended and banned by X a couple weeks ago because of the Charlie Kirk anti-black post that I had that went viral over with 2 million views, and they couldn't take it. So make sure you go ahead and follow this new news total page right there. So we can build back up slowly to what we had before. It's going to be a grind, but we're here for it. I got to read it. I'm Professor. I'm going to get I got to read what Nightfall said. He said, you know what's funny news total? These HBCU will allow these MAGA idiots on campus to spread their propaganda, but I bet they wouldn't allow Tariq or TBA to show their latest films on campus. And I bet you're absolutely right on that as well, too, Nightfall. They might let them come up there and speak, but I doubt seriously they would actually let them show their films, even at FAMU or any of these other Bethune-Cookman. I'm just talking about the ones here in Florida that I know. Seriously doubt that they would actually let them show their films on campus as well, too. So I'm 100% with you on that as well, too. Go ahead, Professor. And I see my girl Rella in here. Hopefully I get a chance to hear from Miss Rella tonight. Miss Rella, if you're not too busy, definitely come up. I know DJ's having some audio issues, so I think he's over there on YouTube. DJ, when you get a chance, come back and try to see if you can get on here as well, too. Everybody on YouTube, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and share this to all your social media platforms as well, too. A conversation that definitely needs to be heard tonight. And Original, I'm with you. To me, I think that they're actually trying to start something here by actually doing this homecoming time and stuff like that. I think they're hoping that they can kind of catch something viral. You can have an incident on one of these HBCU campuses, interaction between, these Blexit, aka Black conservatives, MAGAs or whatever, coming on campus, and the actual the actual student body, even alumni that may be on campus. And we know a lot of times, most of the time, you talk about homecoming, most of the time the people that actually come to these games aren't even alumni. They're just people in the city or the state or whatever who like to travel, who support the team or the university or whatever, coming for a game, coming to meet up, to go out or whatever. So a lot of times it's just going to be regular residents in a city or the town or the state or wherever that university is at. They're kind of hoping to catch something that can go viral so they can go ahead and share it on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all these other places, hoping, I told you. See, they can't even sit up here and have a simple conversation without getting violent. They're hoping that something starts off, because you wouldn't wait this long to try to go ahead on the heels of Charlie Kirk dying, being killed. Now you want to sit up here and talk about you want to go ahead and hit these HBCUs up and tour and this and that. Sounds like a bunch of nonsense. Go ahead, Professor. You got it.
Yeah, thank you, Total. And Original, man, great point. As always, Original dropping the knowledge up in the space. I see Rilla up in here. Much love to my sister Rilla. I know she'll come up here eventually and she'll drop some key points and knowledge on us, as she always does. And shout out to all of the family up in here. DJ, I'm sure he'll be over here in a minute. And Carlo, shout out to you, my brother. Good to see you up in here. Glad to see everybody up in the space tonight. Now, let me say this, family. One thing I am tired of is bed renters. And bed renters, I'm talking about, of course, you know who we have been talking about in this space. And there's others. But it seems to be a lot of them coming out of nowhere right now, all over Twitter. You can see them getting all on videos, posting stuff about Black Americans. And these are folks that laid up with white men, married to them. And I'm just going to call you what you are. You're a bed renter. And then you want to come and holler and give advice to Black Americans? The reason why we don't need to listen to you, because most likely you're following your right massa husband, okay? Your husband is telling you what you better do. That's exactly what's going on.
Hey, Professor, the crazy thing is Candace Owens, not to cut you off, she got a white husband, and deep down inside, they still don't respect her.
Nope, they sure don't. And that's the thing. She gets disrespected by white people all the time. I've seen white people disrespect her with some of the comments that she posts sometimes out there. I go out there and I look at some of those MAGA that say very disparaging things about her. Okay? And I think this is the same Candace that's being sued right now by a European white. I think that's what the president over there in France, or the former president of France, what's the guy's name over there? Macron, I think.
Yeah, Macron.
Yeah, she's supposed to be sued by him and that so-called wife of his over there. Now, here's the thing. Bed renters, we don't listen to you. Please stop coming up in our spaces trying to tell us what we need to be doing. You are following your white master, so you continue to follow your white master and you continue to do what you need to do on that end. But we don't need advice from you. We don't need you telling us about how we need to lead our movements, or we need to carry ourselves over here in America. Go back to wherever you come from, because a lot of times these bed renters are, and I mean, I hate to say it because I know this is going to sound stereotypical, but it seems to be a lot of these bed renters are people from over that way, from another country, okay? They seem to be very willing to always follow what the white master say to them, okay? And they willing to accept defeat, okay? And I'm just keeping it real. I hate to say it like that, but that seems to be what these folks do. They seem to accept what white people say. They take white people for what they say to be the truth. And if you notice, those are the ones that tend to crowd around white people and get on their knees and literally follow the white man to where he's going. Like what we saw that Caribbean lady did. I don't know if y'all remember this video. I think it was last year, maybe it was 2 years ago. There was a video that came out of a black woman. I think Prince Charles was visiting one of the islands, and this lady got down on her knees. I'll never forget it. She got down on her knees, man. It was embarrassing because, let me tell you, for people that look at these videos, they think that that's a black American because she do look like one of us, right? They look like us. So people will say, man, look at these blacks, man. They get down on their knees for the white man. So they'll think that's us. But that's not us. That was one of them. That was I guess it was a Jamaican. I'm not sure. You could tell by her accent she was from somewhere else. So she got on her knees and she actually crawled over to Prince Charles, and I said, "Oh my God, this is just horrible." And I'm gonna see if I can find that video, y'all, because I just want Black American family. I just want you to look at what we're dealing with, man. We're dealing with people who look like us, but they would get down on their knees and crawl to Prince Charles.
Now that's some of them. That's not all of them. So let's not. I'm not gonna label all. All.
Not all of them, but sadly, for a lot of these bed renters, that seems to be a thing for them, man. They love to come tell our women, Black American women, you need to be trying to date outside of your race. You need to be trying to go over to the white man. That beat him. And when you see them,
because Professor, in fairness, we got people like Thomas Sowell, we got Tim Scott. We got people. So we got our share of bed bugs and shine boxes right over here in this country too. But I feel what you're saying. But let's not forget that we do got our share of them as well too. We do. We got. Hey, look. When you said Tim Scott, man, I'm quick to call him a blue gum Uncle Tom Negro, because that's what he is. And then if we could shift him over to one of the islands, it would be great, because I don't feel like he's one of us neither, to be honest with you. Him and the Thomas Sowells and what's that other coward that's out there in California? There's another one out there. You saw them Negroes last year, how they shut down the damn how they shut down the reparations and stuff, the NAACP and the rest of them, how they got together and stuff like that, and started with getting with Gavin Newsom stabbing people in the back and whatnot. And no, we don't need cash payments and all this other kind of dumb stuff as well. But I'm sorry, Professor, go ahead.
But Larry, I think it was Larry Elder. That's one of them. He's another one that always do all that conservative Uncle Tom coon talk stuff. And let's don't forget about our favorite justice up there, Clarence Thomas. And you might as well throw that other one in there too, that lady up there, that whatever her name is, Ketanji. I know a lot of Black American women were happy about her being on the court, right? But guess what? She ain't doing nothing for you all.
She don't. She can't even tell you what's. She can't even tell you what's the difference between a actual natural woman and somebody who done had surgery and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's right. So she sold out too. She oh, that's one of the bad renters. Yeah, that's one of them right there too. But anyway, I'm gonna lay it right there, family.
Yes, sir. I said we got Captain America up here. Captain America, what's going on with you?
Not folks. Guess who's back? God damn it! Hey, buddy ass up there. Goddamn. Well, he's speaking fast. Buddy ass tripping. Well, that boy got me laughing so fucking hard. But
no, don't drop no F-bombs in here. But go ahead, Captain America. I'm not sure who you is, but what's going on with you? How you doing? But don't drop any F-bombs, but go ahead. Yep. Go ahead. Yeah, it might be a double mute. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm just been out here, man. It's been a long time since I've been on stages and stuff like that. So just tapping in with y'all, see how y'all doing, my FBAs.
Oh yeah, appreciate you coming in here. What you think about the actual topic tonight? About these Candace Owens and her group of people going to the HBCUs, backed by, of course, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA organization, talking about that they're trying to basically rescue Black people from victimhood and everything else.
Motherfuckers ain't trying to rescue us. The hell? Nah, stay with
Watch your language. Watch your language.
Yeah, don't drop any emails, but go ahead.
Yeah, man, we don't want them, man. They save us. What? No, we good. We good. We can save ourselves.
All right, real talk. I definitely agree with you on that much as well too. We see DJ back up in the space, so hopefully DJ he gets a chance. Hopefully his mic and everything is straight as well too. I see my girl Rella up in here. She came to speak, but she don't got a hand up, so I don't think Rella wants to speak just yet. But Miss Rella, when you do want to speak, let us know because we got you. Go ahead, Original.
Hey, News Total, I can't think of you a professor or somebody in the room may know who it is, but there was a Black guy who had joined in with that Turning Point crap, and they're being financed by some millionaires or billionaires. But when he was trying to get some of the money to do something, he was shut down. I didn't put much into it. I should have. I got to do a better job at archiving, but I didn't put much into it. It was some guy that was working with them. It was a Black guy. Well, I'll say this way, an alleged Black guy. But when he was trying to get some money for something through them, or it was something, I know there was money involved, they shut him down. So see, they're not interested in doing anything whereby Black Americans will really benefit from anything, whether it be from a conservative standpoint or not. They just want you there as a lapdog, so they'll use you to get through the door, so they can come out and throw their rhetoric out there. But if anybody know who that was, please let us know, because I really didn't put a great deal into it. But yeah, that happened. I just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that might be, Original. Maybe somebody in the space may know. If they do, leave a comment. I'm not sure exactly, but you know, you have powerful white donors. That's how Charlie Kirk came up, because I think they had put his salary online or something like that. And once he went through his initiation and he got sworn in, and they saw that hey, he was gonna be one to go ahead and carry out the white supremacy talking points and everything else like that. I believe they were showing his salary as it gradually started. They had it at I don't know if it was like 2016 or something. Like this guy's salary went from like $27,000, and you just seen how it just started jumping up over the years and stuff like that. So once they say, hey, you know what, we got us a new talking head right here that we can go ahead and push out there in the forefront, and he can say all the stuff that we really feel. We'll go ahead and we'll back him, and we'll put money behind him. He really started to take off. That's why you got such a frenzy right now. They eating each other up to see who's going to succeed him, because they know, hey, you know, if I can go ahead and replace Charlie Kirk, that's a multi-million-dollar come up right there. If I can go ahead and just go ahead and get his old position like that, hey, I'm coming up. They got this dude. I heard that somebody said they got him on commemorative coins and everything else like that as well now too. So I mean, that just goes to show you the madness behind this. How they done put this man and basically almost made him the sainthood or something. That they've just taken his reputation, spin it around 100 times, and now they got this person up here. And they making comparisons to Dr. Martin Luther King and all this other ridiculous stuff up here. Like, this man wouldn't fit the white Dr. King's behind up here, actually comparing him to him. Please. Captain America, go ahead and please watch the language. Don't drop any MFs and no F-bombs, but go ahead.
I'm gonna watch my language, bro. I feel you on that. I'm trying to do better on that myself, man, but kind of a hard thing to do, man, because, I ain't got no filter, but man, Charlie Kirk, I'm sick of hearing that name, man. Hey, he at where he at, you get what you give, bro.
Absolutely. Hey, ain't no love lost on this side over here for him as well, too. So, like I said, we're gonna be monitoring this whole thing. I'm gonna be monitoring this thing when they come up here, this Blexit crew, when they come up to Tallahassee and come up to FAMU and whatnot. I'm gonna be monitoring this thing closely to see exactly how it pops off or whatever. Now, I'm not going on campus or whatever because I done been on campus enough over the years for homecoming and stuff like that, but I'm gonna see what my people them saying and stuff like that as well too. Because like I say, I think they're really here. I think they're really going to these HBCU campuses to try to get a rise out of people and to go ahead and go back to their handlers and tell them and bring back some intel exactly about how Black people are acting and the treatment they receive and everything else like that as well too. So, hopefully our people will go ahead. I don't want y'all to mess up your homecoming. Enjoy your homecoming. These people are here to try to egg you on and this and that or whatever. First off, if you at homecoming, nobody wants to hear nothing about no damn discussion. Nobody wants to have no debate with you. Nobody's trying to have no discussion like that. Okay, yeah, you got people sitting outside, they grilling, they chilling, they drinking a little something. Yeah, they're gonna talk political stuff here and there, whatever. But nobody's coming on campus strictly to get into political debates and all this other nonsense that you're talking about or whatever. So, like I say, this to me, this breeds something deeper right here. It's something behind this whole thing right here. And of course, they're using her because that's one thing that they will do. They will use a black face to go ahead and get into places that they know that, hey, they stick out like a sore thumb. They saw with the white boys a month or so ago that, hey, you know what? This maybe is not the smart thing to do or whatever, to go ahead and send them up there. So let's go ahead like we always have for the past 400-500 years. Let's get somebody that looks like them, or let's get one of their own or whatever. And make no mistake, Professor, I know you were saying that you were talking about the Caribbeans and this and that or whatever. I guarantee you in this organization, you have some Black Americans that were born in this country that's sitting right up here with Candace Owens, sitting right up here talking about Charlie Kirk and his talking points and stuff like that and supporting it 100%, going right along with this nonsense and this mess as well too. So you're going to have, I guarantee you in that organization, there's some Black Americans born, raised, Black Americans that are actual descendants of American chattel slavery sitting right up in that organization, riding along right with them because they got them for a point. They got them to say, hey, you know what? Oh, well, this so-and-so, they actually, their people come from this land here and they don't agree with it. They don't want any handouts and they don't want any entitlements, and they believe in hard work and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. It'll be the same talking points that it always is. Go ahead, Miss Rella. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you, News Toter?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hi, Professor.
What's up, beautiful? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? Hi, shout out to the room. Shout out to the space. This has been a good conversation, and I see Mr. Original in the building. How you doing, Original?
Oh, we doing good over here on this end too. How you doing?
Okay, one day at a time, as always. Hello, Mr. Captain.
What's up?
I haven't been getting about you, Captain. How you doing? You hearing me yet?
Huh?
So, I'm glad everybody's doing well. Shout out to the space. Shout out to the family in the room. I see all the big dogs in here. Listen, they're going to HBCUs because white America has to save face because violence has been erupting on their campuses. a predominantly, white school, non-melanated school, erupts in violence, sparking the conversation around white male violence that we all know that has always been a problem in America, and mainstream America has been ignoring it. They have not want to talk about white male violence. J.D. Vance got mad at Ilhan because Ilhan did an interview. I forgot who she was talking to. She did an interview and she said, we need to address white male violence in America, but it's not just white male violence. We need to address male domestic terrorist violence in America. And why is it, that they want to portray this image of, you're 13% of the population, and we have a larger percent of the population, but you commit more crime. Well, you now have to back those things up with statistics and facts. And Charlie Kirk being, sent to the underworld is literally a slap in the face, because it actually says, it wasn't a black person, it wasn't gun violence from gang members, right? The gang bangers that terms that they like to use that sent Charlie Kirk to the underworld, if he is in the underworld. It was their own people, their own doing, because they do not want to address the pretend Marxism, that they kind of always want to play. They always having reenactments of the Civil War. They're always trying to say, we're ready and we're trying to prepare for some war, but they want to do harm to their own country, their own countrymen. They don't go and say, hey, I'm going to go out and do harm to other groups of people. They do harm to their own countrymen. Why would you want to come to a black HBCU to have a conversation about what? What are you going to talk about? Because you weren't standing in social media talking about, hey, we have a full-on genocide going on that happens to black people in America, and it is strategically targeted by immigrant groups, and then name all these immigrant groups. You weren't talking about that. You were trying to use the wordsmithing that they like to do and have these false narratives to make themselves feel better. Oh, why do you have fatherless homes? Why do you keep stringing black people up in trees? Why is it that every time we turn around, you running up in somebody's house, killing their babies who are innocent, and you don't want to have a conversation about it, but you're pro-life? Why is it that you're always attacking black Americans and or demonizing them because you want to talk about education? You're talking about Americans. You're talking about issues in America, and they're trying to make it seem like as if we're some other people from another planet. These are the crazy things that they don't want to have to address. And if they go to HBCUs at this moment in time and they run into people who are from immigrant backgrounds or melanated, and they don't understand the dynamics of the system the way we understand it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to prop that up, take snippets of it, say, oh, black people are ignorant, they don't know who they are, and they don't know about, what is one of the talking points? They don't know about the poor education, the reading levels. They don't know about the mass incarceration. They won't even use mass incarceration. They'll just say the high crime statistics, but they'll never mention the exoneration statistics that trump the arrest statistics that they always use. Crime is crime, right? So why is it that they commit the most crime? And as of right now, white men, immigrant white American, Anglo-Saxons, however they want to identify themselves, because they need to delineate themselves too, they're all up and through the headlines for committing murders, heinous crimes. They are literally attacking innocent Black people, kidnapping women and children and men, dismembering them. They're not talking about the statistics of why it was 600 bodies in Mississippi behind a prison. Why is it in New York, when you become a police officer or a correctional officer, you have this innate need to murder people in handcuffs? And it's recorded by other white people. They're not going to talk about that. So it's kind of like this what do they call it? Circin jerkin or whatever. That's what they need. They need a fix. White America needs a fix, because right now they down bad. They've always been down bad, but they real down bad now. And now that the neo-Nazi Christian evangelicals and the quote unquote Jews, they warn with each other, right? Because now it's coming out, these text messages that are coming out that Charlie Kirk was heavily leaning Catholic, going to mass and all this other stuff in that video that Candace Owens did. They need something else to hold on to continue this psychological warfare to keep them in the lens of, we're not violent, we're family men. We build our houses and we marry our women. No, they're thieves. They're thieves, and the women uphold that. Their husbands and sons are out here committing mass murders, and the wives and the mothers and the daughters are like, upholding that shit. Excuse my language. So I'm going to land there because I see the Oracle on stage, and I know she got something to give. But I wanted to add that to the conversation in the lexicon, because you'll never see them talk about that. And I would like to know, why is it that they have not gone back to any of these other universities that are PWIs and had the conversation on why it is they are constantly dealing with the LGBTQ community, fighting them. They're constantly dealing with domestic terrorism and not addressing it. Why is it that they are always destroying things that is not theirs? All over, not just in this country, they are literally destroying everywhere they go. Destruction. And I'll end there.
I'm telling you why it is. They're coming to these HBCUs because they're hoping that something pops off, I believe. I believe that they're actually hoping that so they can have a viral moment and they can sit up there, because like you say, you see the heat right now is on them with these PWIs. Their boy got sniped at a Lily White University. You're having all of these mass shootings almost every week. It's them, all this crazy stuff is going on and whatnot. So they kind of looking for a way to divert some of this attention away off of them. And what better time they say, hey, you know what? We go to these HBCUs. We might come out here. They festive. They joyous. These Negroes are drinking. They having a good time or whatever. Like I say, the last thing somebody's thinking about is at a homecoming is getting into an in-depth conversation about political stuff. People are sitting up here. You got everybody done hit the mall up. They got their outfit on. These females got their hair done. The brothers done got their cars washed. They finna hit the club up that night. I know how they do here in Tally. They finna hit the club up that night. They finna go to the moon. I mean, these boys, they going to be dressed to impress. They going to have the rims spinning and all this stuff. The last thing they want to hear is some Peckerwood propaganda coming up here talking about some goddamn immigration and this and that or whatever. Because guess what? We've been sitting at the whole immigration talk, and that's what everybody's upset about. And they already know that. So that's something you don't even need to come and talk to us about, is about immigration, because we're not in it. So to sit up here, come up here and talk about, and then when you start sitting up here, they're going to get slick at the mouth and start with that victimhood stuff and this and that or whatever. They hoping that one of these boys lift them up off their feet. That's what they hoping. So, oh yeah, you see how they are, and we can't even have a simple conversation, and Black people need to keep their hands to themselves and this and that or whatever. That's what they're talking about.
I want to say one last thing. You know what I wish? If they go up to the HBCUs, stop engaging with them. I wish we would just let their asses sit at the table and nobody walk up, nobody show up. Stop giving them attention. Because they can't create nothing if you don't give them the attention that they're looking for. You know?
I agree. I listen, Rella, I'm with you 100%, but think about it. Here at FAMU homecoming, you know, even though I think FAMU's university is something like at least don't correct me. I know at least one time the student body was like 9,000, over a little 9,000, or anywhere from 7,000 to 8,000, 9,000. I can't remember. You're gonna have 35,000 people, black people, hit Tallahassee up. And when you have that many people, you're going to have people from all over the state. You're going to have people from over the country coming here. Ex-alum are going to be coming to the university and everything else like that. You're going to have concerts here. You're going to have comedy shows here. You're going to have car shows here. You're going to have all kind of things. You're talking about a college town that's going to actually be, you know, bumping. FAMU homecoming, they bring in more money than FSU's homecoming, and FSU's 3, 4, 5 times bigger than FAMU. That nobody gives a damn about FSU homecoming in Tallahassee. It's all about FAMU homecoming. That's where the money's made. The malls make money, the restaurants make money, the nightclubs make money, the stores make money, the car detailers make money, the panhandlers make money. The dude on the side of the road selling fish sandwiches and rib sandwiches, they make money. Everybody, it's money time or whatever. So you're gonna have brothers up here, you're gonna have sisters up here, like I say, having a good time. And it's gonna be so many that even if most people ignore them, say, you know what, I'm not hearing that. You're gonna always have, you know, if you got 20-some thousand people or 30-some thousand people walking around on campus, because they're gonna be on the set, it's gonna be thick. They're gonna be walking around up here. Somebody, and you got somebody that's got a camera and a microphone, and they're trying to get a response from somebody. Somebody's gonna take that bait. Somebody's gonna, and oh yeah, you're right. They should just ignore them. Like, look, man, we don't want to hear this nonsense or whatever, because it's a public university. You can't tell them not to come, so they're gonna come up there. But I agree 100% what you're saying. Hey, man, just ignore them, leave them alone or whatever. But with that many people, you're gonna be having people from Miami, Jacksonville, Orlando. You're gonna have people from Atlanta. You're gonna have people from all over the country coming here, you know, that graduate that want to come back and see, you know, see the city and see their friends and family members and stuff like that. It's going to be so many people here that somebody's going to take that bait. Somebody's going to sit down, and that's what they're hoping for. That's what they want. They want somebody, but they really want an incident to pop off. You know, they really, and it don't even have to be so much violent. They want to have arguments. They want to see black people kicking them off campus and this and that, so they can say, "Oh, see, I told you." They still have that mindset and this and that or whatever. So that's what they're really, really deep down inside hoping pops off here. And not only at FAMU, at Alabama State, at all these universities that they're going to, because they done decided to get in their mind they're going to make a tour. They're going to go to 10 universities all of a sudden, and don't tell me this isn't strategic planning. You decide to do it homecoming time. Out of all the times, you don't decide to do it at the start of the fall semester or at the start of the winter semester, anything like that. You decide to do it homecoming time because you're looking for that. You're looking for that crowd. You're looking for that audience. You know, most of the people on campus hadn't even graduated from college, hadn't even went to college, or aren't going to even go to the college they're going to. Most of the people that's at these football games, they didn't even graduate from the actual university. They're going to be just locals and residents and stuff of the actual city that's going to be at these games that are fans of the team, fans of the university, supporting and stuff like that. So they're hoping to get that reaction. They're praying to get that reaction. They want that viral moment that they can capture and everything else like that as well too. So like I said, it's going to be very, very interesting how this thing plays out. And to me, it's something behind all of this. All of a sudden, you had the 2 white boys a month ago, or how many ever white boys it was, the white boys that was up there at Tennessee State, you know, they got ran up off campus or whatever. So they said, okay, well, you know what? It's always from the time that, you know, whenever we want to do something, whenever we want to get our foot in there, the number one way to get our foot in there is to always get somebody that looks like the people we're trying to infiltrate. Oh, yeah, go ahead and send a couple of them black ones up there and this and that or whatever. So they're hoping that they're saying, you know what, the black ones can smooth it out and we can get on campus. But if not, you know, if things do go sideways or whatever, hey, you know what? We at least got footage of it. We can upload it. And now we got some talking points and stuff like that. And we could talk about how the HBCUs, how they train them, how it's embedded in them to hate America, to hate this, to hate that, because once you start coming up here talking this crazy stuff about victimhood and this and that or whatever, it's only one group in this country they talk about victimhood about. It's only one group. No other group do they mention victimhood. They never mention victimhood about the Jews, the Italians, the Irish, the Latinos, the Hispanics, the Asians, the Arabs. Is one group in particular, and not even Black immigrants do they mention victimhood about. It's one group. When they say victimhood, off rip, those are coded words. When they say that, you already know who the hell they talking about. They don't say that Africans suffer from victimhood. They don't say the Black Caribbeans suffer from victimhood. The only people in the world supposedly who suffer from victimhood is the Black Americans in this country. They're the only people that suffer from victimhood and want handouts and all this other kind of nonsense. So when they start sitting up here saying this kind of stuff, like I say, I'm like you, Rel. I'm hoping people could keep their cool, but we know how people are. We know how emotional people are. We know that people say, hey, I'm enjoying myself. I may have a little bit of drink and this and that or whatever. And God knows, how this stuff can go or whatever. You strike a nerve and you're sitting up there and you're talking smug and all this other dumb stuff. And you're hoping that something happens. You're praying that something happens. So you can go ahead and you can post it online and you can show people exactly how Black people, quote unquote, act. That's my opinion of it. DJ, what's up? I see you. You look like your connection is straight. Go ahead, you got it.
Nah, I just wanted to bring up piggyback off the last thing you just said about, hey, they're looking for some type of trouble. The most trouble they found was allegedly one of the students, and I don't even know if this kid was a student or not. I think it was at Tennessee State or university they went to or whatever. And one of the kids had a screwdriver in his hand. So they made that the talking point, like, oh, yo, you see they violent, this, that, and the third. But like, hold up a minute, for like the last week or two post Charlie Kirk assassination, murder, whatever you want to call it, pop off, you know what I'm saying? Neck will protect your neck. Y'all was threatening HBCUs. So why shouldn't a student walk around with some type of protection, whether it be a kitchen knife, a screwdriver, or a bang on? And they shouldn't have any of that on campus because you ain't there for that. You feel what I'm saying? You're there to learn, Black student. But if they see one of y'all, and this is why we came up with the term way back in the day, woke, W-O-K-E. I don't know how y'all bastardized the word because it means to be aware of white people and strangers. So Elon Musk, you running around saying end the woke virus, that means to end white people, sir. I don't understand how y'all allow these people to turn I don't understand how white folks allowed your other white folks to take words meant against, not even against y'all, but to say, hey, look, this is what y'all be doing, woke-wise, and use it as some weird-ass term of endearment, or to use it against what is just cause and right. All the pedophiles y'all got raping kids every day, all word, you know what I'm saying? I gotta say all words. See, we gotta codify with words. Pedophiling, what the Epstein list say, man, still ain't come out, but don't blame Trump for that. You know what I'm saying? Blame Biden with all this fruit cup stuff running around here. That's really what it is in HBCU culture. All this stuff the Democrats been doing the last couple of years. So our kids have been complaining for years about the Africans coming up in the school, all these Africans, Caribbeans running the school. They the principal, the administrative assistant, the student body. When it's African Day, they don't include our Black American kids. And African Day, I thought we was all Black, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to use the term, you used to call me African booty scratcher, DJ. You used to call me African booty scratcher. That's jokes, bro. You know what I'm saying? You still holding on to that 25 years later? 30 years later? 10 years later? You holding on to that sentiment? Hey, that's on you, fam. So it's like, hey, at the end of the day, go to school, do what you got to do, but keep your eye on your 12, 3, 6, and your 9. Because as soon as you see one of these MAGA laggers, you know what I'm saying? Because they not MAGA Lamba, make America great again as long as Negroes benefit always. Yeah, keep your eye on them. And look, the other argument they had was one of these girls, a little melanated girl, say, was like, yeah, can I see y'all sign real quick? And it was like, well, you ain't gonna steal it, is you? nah, I ain't gonna do that. I just want to look at it. She ran smooth off. Straight up with the sign and jug. Everybody blocked up past so she could run off with the sign, yo. Yeah, get your asses up out of here, man. And look, the real narrative is back to what original was saying. Who let these people in the first place? Who authorized it? Who okayed it? Why y'all security let these people up here? Now you want to protect them because we about to trash them if they don't get up out of here in the next 5 seconds. We're about to take their equipment, everything. It's about to be us. Then you could really say, hey, look, we're doing what it is you be lying about on X anyway. It would have been warranted for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you over here targeting us, you know, harming our kids for not receiving their proper education. We got better things to do. Like you say, hey, homecoming this weekend? Oh, snap, I got to go get my sneakers right, everything. You know what I'm saying? Got to go get my fade, you know what I'm saying? Get my outfit right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go check Be More Codified out and get some new oils, you know, so I smell good for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? To be on me when I smell fresh. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, at the end of the day, y'all maggot laggers, y'all can go to your own WPIs, aka Utah State, and pop all over there and talk to your own white folks who don't like y'all either about what's going on in white America. Because the white on white violence, that's been going on for 500 years. You know what I'm saying? Black people ain't got nothing to do with Charlie Kirk death. We ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with y'all issues with the Jews. That's another thing. The Antifa movement, we ain't got nothing to do with that, but you need a scapegoat. So it's like, hey, you know, we are that, which I said, that energy, you know, get us riled up. Like, you know, they saying, hey, oh, they over in Chicago locking up a little black American baby. We already knew that was a cop playing around with his little kid. You know how old that video is? I said, nah, I know they're not saying that this is, wow, yo. See how they quick to use and try to colonize your mind and indoctrinate your mind for some image you saw, not even knowing that image 5, 10, 20 years old. Y'all, some of us forget that the internet been around for a long time. A lot of these videos y'all be seeing, they old, man. They probably older than your ex account. Real rap, you know what I mean? So, hey, you already know what time it is. Keep your eye on your 12, 3, 6, and your 9. Defend yourself always. Defend other black people always. Don't let nobody, you know, run their mouth about us. I don't care. You know, I know that people say words don't hurt, but I'll be punching people in the mouth for the mic, the smallest of things. You know what I'm saying? He said, what? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because that's what you got to do. If these people will hear that, that's in their mouth. It ain't always in the pocket. It's really in the jaw. And they shut the hell up and respect you after that. Because they ain't got to respect you until they get punched in the mouth. Because like Tyson said, everybody too tough till they get punched in the face. Oh, yeah. I'll land. Go ahead.
All right. I see we got my girl Trouble up here as well, too. I see Mark is up here as well, too. So hopefully I can get Mark to speak in. Shout out to my girl Goddess, Michelle down there. Oh, I didn't mean to hit the mute button. But shout out to Mark was up here, but he didn't dip. But shout out to the company. I see Black Majority State, Black Delegation down there. So shout out to everybody coming up in here. Y'all make sure y'all retweet the space out, everybody. Retweet them out. Let everybody know that we're up here and we're live as well, too. So let everybody know that we're up here. We're live. For those in the space, make sure you guys are following News Total. News Total is still the largest Black-owned Black American curation platform in America. It don't matter if X bans the account or not, still the largest. So let me go ahead. I got Trouble, and then I'm gonna go ahead, and Mark was up here, but I don't see Mark anymore. But if Mark comes back up, I'm gonna try to get Mark up here as well too. Trouble, go ahead. You got it. How you doing tonight?
Hey, News Total. Hopefully you can hear me because they got a lot of motorcycles riding through.
Yes, ma'am.
Shout out to everybody in the room. Peace and love to you. Total, you always take my daggone talking points. You always just, like, our minds just be like, click, 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 and I really don't even need to say that.
You're mad.
You be hitting it. Shut up, DJ. I'm going to get on you. I'm going to get on your wheels later, boy. Listen, I'm just going to reiterate a couple of the points you've already made because you done said it now. But they got Candace Owens doing it, number one, because she's blackish, complexion-wise, anyhow. And it'll be easier to put her on these campuses. That way they can't be accused of, coming there for racist purposes, even though we all know what it is. The reason that they're going to HBCU campuses is the same reason why you just said, Toder. It's because they know that, they need a diversion from what just happened on a Lily White campus. So they're going to go to the black campus because they know at least one somebody is going to be there that's like me. I have a problem with not being able to hold my tongue when it comes to this crackers. And it's not necessarily because I don't have the emotional capacity not to. It's just because I want the smoke. I want the smoke. You want the smoke, and I want to bring you the smoke that you came to get. And I intend on giving it to you. I wish that I had the ability not to be goaded into a argument or a confrontation when they come with that BS, but I absolutely do not, because I've been dealing with these demons. I've been dealing with these clowns since I was 5 years old. The first incidents that I could remember in detail was when I was 5 years old, and I've been dealing with these demonic beings since then. So I intend on giving you exactly what it is that you want, because I don't like you. Because I want you to get this work. So they're going to find a couple of people like that. You talking about homecoming. And just like you said, people going to be down there getting their drink on. Not drink, they going to get their drink on. They going to be chilling.
And they smoke on too.
Okay, we going to be blazing all over the place. We going to be fresh. We going to be fly. We going to be feeling swiggy, swaggy, and swazy out the smug. And you going to get...
I got the weed system.
Look, I'm back in retirement, so it ain't weed, but
I smoke for you, sis. Don't even worry.
Okay, but so they absolutely know what they're doing. They want to antagonize somebody, but I promise you, you're going to come down to the South, and at one of these homecomings, you're going to get exactly what it is that you're looking for. And I don't think you know exactly what it is that you're looking for, but you're going to get it. Because we don't necessarily play like that in the South. You know what I'm saying? We ride. At the same time, you got to look at the fact that there are a lot of non-Black Americans that go to these HBCUs. And so they're hoping to capture those of them who has been willingly to bowing down to them in their own Black nations, in their own countries. Black Americans, they come for us, and we're always the one that's going to be the one with the victim mentality, and nobody else. No other melanated nation is going to be considered those with a victim mentality, because they are the ones who are willing to get on their knees for the queen, to get on their knees for the king, to cry about Charlie Kirk and sing a song and make it go viral. We are Charlie Kirk. Yes, we are. That's the bully, Charlie Kirk. They're the ones that's willing to do that. And as of yet, the large majority now, yeah, we got our handful of Thomas Sowells, but the large majority of us are still fighting them back. Tooth, nails, fingers, thumbs, pinky toe, everything in between. They can't get us to get down on our knees in that way. They can't get us to comply with them in that way. They still have not reined us in. They still have not tamed us. They still have not made us bow down the way that they make these other nations bow down to them. And they for some reason, they refuse to give up. White folks speak with a forked tongue, and they speak in reverse. And the Bible always spoke of that red devil. We call them white, but they red. They ain't white, they red. And that's the red people the Bible talks about when they said the devil is red. It's not a literal devil with horns. It's talking about them people right there. And they are the author of confusion. That's why we can put words out there like woke, and they can take it, hit it, sit it down, flip it, and reverse it to make it something different. And they'll do it every single time because they do not like anything that's straightforward. They got to come at you backwards. They got to come at you in reverse. Everything that they say about us is a projection of what they are. Victim mentality, nobody has more of a victim mentality than they do. Nobody. So they're trying to convince the world just like they're trying to convince us. I don't know why they're still trying to convince us. I know a lot of y'all seen that video that was out the other day where the white cop had rolled up when he was sitting there talking to I forgot what it was. I just lost my train of thought. But he was trying to convince. No, he rolled up on another white guy at the gas station who was holding the gas pump, and he tried to say that it looked like a gun. He tried to convince the black worker inside the store and the white man who had the gas pump that what he seen was a gun, and he tried to convince them to say that yeah, I guess it could look like a gun from your perspective, but they were adamant about no, that's not what it was. And that is white people in a nutshell right there, where they keep trying to convince us because they keep saying it a million times, and you feel like if you say it a million times, then that's going to make it real because it made it real in your mind. But your mind, what goes on in your mind is not reality. We don't live in that Alice in Wonderland world that they do, and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. So I'm long-winded, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to land right there. But I hope they get what they're looking for. I hope they come to the campus and get what they're looking for. And I wouldn't consider it an emotional reaction. I would consider it, it just is what it is. You came somewhere to antagonize a people who want to be left alone, who's there to have a good time, and your intentions, the caucasity of your intentions to come and harass us while we're in our element because you're miserable. You are miserable. You need black people. You need us. We don't need you. And you want us to need you like the Jamaicans and the Caribbeans need you, like the Africans need you, and like the Hispanics need you, like the Asians need you. We don't need y'all like that. What we need y'all to do is go ahead and finish deleting off your birth rate so we could be at peace on this earth. Because you a plague to the earth. That's what we need you to do is to get you on through, to get on back to them caves, to get back to that mountain, crawl back to whence you came from, and leave us alone. I don't even want you to leave us alone because I want you gone. I want you totally eradicated, period. So that's where I'm at with it. I've got a son who is the vice president of the Black Student Union. They're now dealing with the fact that they're implementing a TPS USA group on their campus. You talk about the guys that started this club is in my son's dorm room. They were associates of his at one point in time because he created his own club. I won't call it out, the name of it, but they joined his club last year, and now all of a sudden they're trying to recruit him to, we got a TPUSA. And my son was not happy about it. He's like, he got a bad feeling. So I'm having to talk to him, a little bit more often about, look, this is A, B, and C, but I'm hoping they roll up on campus. And if anybody engage with them, they first try to, make sure the talking points, the numbers and statistics that they're going to throw out. Go ahead, get your talking points together so you can counter it. And if you can't counter it and then they're still belligerent, go ahead and give them that smoke they looking for. Go ahead and give them that vote, that viral moment they looking for while you recording too, so you can show the whole incident of how they was antagonizing and harassing you from start to finish. Because that's what they not gonna do is show the whole entire video when you was harassing them from the start. You gonna show that little clip when you got your ass smoked on campus. Because that's what's going to happen. You come down south with that foolishness. I'll land my plane.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord. Trouble was going Trouble was going in. She was talking about, I took all her talking points, but she came back with some thunder. It's like, damn, I don't even want to go after that. I mean, Trouble was going in. I loved it, though. I loved everything that she said as well, too. She was spot on. Like I say, man, y'all make sure y'all follow the new News Total account. We definitely need that. So anybody up in this space listening, anybody used to follow, go ahead and follow News Total. I will follow you back. Got to get those numbers back up, y'all. We got to get the follower numbers back up. So definitely go ahead. I said we got Mark up in here as well, too. So I know Mark is going to come with some fire as well, too. So this is going to be good right here. Mr. Carter, what's going on with you tonight? How you doing, Mark?
Hey, man, what's going on? Let me get to it. Fuck Charlie Kirk. His chicken came home to roost. Excuse me, I ain't mean to cuss. But his chickens came home to roost. I don't care nothing about it.
This is the Chicago Knockers.
Yeah, his chickens came home to roost. And then to those Blexit members, the best thing for those students to do, because, these are students, is boycott anything they have on campus. Don't go to nothing that they're doing. See, the worst thing that they can have you do is ignore them. Don't even let them feel like they're that important that you're gonna come there and go back and forth with them. And now the other side to that is grandmama taught us to whoop some ass too. Now you know what I'm saying. If it come down to it, y'all make sure y'all instruct them kids to whoop their ass down there. You see.
Oh, that'll happen regardless. If they get out of line, they'll get spanked, and the black ones with them as well too.
But I'm saying, I mean, the first thing, because we're dealing with our children who are, going about their life and trying to do something better by themselves. As you notice, they ain't gonna come to none of these neighborhoods, these little wild neighborhoods with that shit, with that stuff. Oh man, my God, I'm just cussing tonight. So they're not gonna come just like a little crazy little white boy. He never comes to the neighborhood and shoot up no schools where he know he gonna get shot up. He soft targets, right? Soft targets, as they call it. But those children need to just ignore them. Man, boycott them when they come. Don't have no conversation with them. There's nothing to talk about with them. Treat them like they don't exist. If they keep pressing, and you tell them, hey man, listen, go ahead on now. You only get 2 of those. On the third one, you start whooping them. Them girls too, whoop them too. Whoop the males and the females. Somebody got to get beat up sometimes, y'all. See, we didn't got out. We it's like this liberal stuff has taught us that there's a certain way that we're not gonna conduct ourselves. Oh no. I'm still like my grandparents. I am not gonna let the legacy of my grandparents die. It's like one of those movies where when they died, their spirit jumped in me. And so I'm saying to y'all, ignore them as much as possible. But if they insist, and all y'all get together and y'all whoop them, probably that big old, the real big one. I mean, I saw him at the RNC when I was at the Republican National Convention. He walked around all swole up. He preferably get you about 20 guys, and y'all take them bats and whoop them till he just melt all the way to the ground. And then you kick him in his behind. Just kick him, stomp him. See, when you get that big one, the rest of them gonna know that y'all ain't nothing to play with. He real big. He a big old dude. I saw him when I was at the Republican National Convention. Big old huge. And I was looking at him when I was there, like, man, oh yeah, we'll have a field day on him with them bats. Just whoop him till he just shrink all the way down to the ground, and then you kick him, stomp him. You know what I mean? And be like Pope Fiction. Be reading from the Bible while you whooping them. Read them scriptures from the Bible while you whooping them. What thus said the Lord.
All right. I knew Mark was gonna come up here with some fire as well too. So shout out to Mark as well. Shout out to the new followers as well too. Let me give a shout out to Miss Bruna, Freetown Boy, Riddle, Gene. Thank you all for going ahead and following. We need more followers as well too. So y'all make sure y'all start following and tweeting out the news, so the content as well too. That's the only way we're gonna reach. The only way we're gonna get those numbers back up as well too. Rella, I'm gonna get to you. Let me get the cutie, because she just came up here. And I'm
Trouble said was talking on the subject of these white folks. Trouble. Stop even caring what they think. You know, I was in a meeting one time, and this old white dyke, you know what I'm saying, old white dyke, she didn't like the way I was in the meeting talking. And, you know, she just looking at a old musty-ass white dyke across the room. And she messed around and said that, I'm appalled at the language you use in this meeting. I said, B, I'm appalled you on the face of this planet. The hell you think you talking to? You must think this is the 50s or something. And so y'all have to learn to teach your children to be racist like I teach my children. You teach your children to be racist toward the racists. You don't care what they think. These people came out of slavery. They ain't nobody. They're absolute nobodies.
Mark, what in my statement made you feel like I gave a damn about what these cave crawlers think?
No, I'm just saying, because a lot of times we have conversations about them, and they're not important at all. They came out to slavery. Trump is a tool to be used. He ain't nobody, though. You know what I'm saying? He's nobody. He's a Neanderthal. He's the help. And that's how we have to operate. They are the help. They came to our country after our people were enslaved and hung. They are the help. And you look at them and hey, look, you preferably look them in their eyes and lie to them. Lie on them. And then when you do it to them, and you go sit next to them and tell them, well, you know, it looked like I was liking when I was liking it when I was lying on your ass. And I actually was. And so, you know, I'm only held for 95 or 5% of what I do to you. The other 95% is your fault. You should have never came in my space. You should have never got in our business. And so whatever I do to you, it's on you. It's your fault. And I'm telling you, they'll stay away from you then. By nature, they are liars. That's their nature. So when you say that they take and twist your words and make it fit their narrative, that's what they do. But you have to do the same thing to them. Put out flyers saying they rape little kids and all. Just lie on them. And then walk up to them and pass them one of the flyers. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, man, I got about 100,000 of these flyers, man. I'm going to pass these flyers all over your neighborhood. You should have never messed with me. You shouldn't have never, ever, ever messed with me, because now you're going to have to explain to your neighbors why you raped those little kids. And I just made it up. What's wrong with me lying on them? They lie. What's wrong with me lying? I'm not a Christian. You know what I'm saying?
We don't have to lie on them because they do enough atrocities where the truth is condemning and damning.
Oh, I like to lie on them.
Oh, Lord.
I like to lie on them. I get a kick out of it. That's our problem. We want to be politically correct. I don't want to be political. I'm not an intellectual. I don't believe in none of that stuff. You know, I'm not Michelle Obama. We go hide. I'm going to hell on you. You get in my way, I'm going straight to hell. 1,000 miles per hour. You do not want to deal with me. You know, look, just go over there now. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to turn out right for you now. I'm telling you now, it's going to be different. And we have to teach our people this. Stop trying to fit in their box and be liked by them. Who the hell are they? You fed them when they came here. You taught them how to watch their behind. They ain't nobody. Absolutely nobody. Especially them Zionist Jews. Man, my great uncle and them was in World War II, freed them from Hitler. They can't tell me nothing. Absolutely nothing. They ain't nobody. I don't care how much money they got. You still ain't nobody. That money, the diamonds on your crown, you still ain't nobody to me. I couldn't wait to see that zombie that was called the Queen to report back to hell. I mean, she was the Queen of England. Man, didn't they lower her down back into hell? Did y'all see when they lowered her down into hell? Back to purgatory? Man, y'all go ahead.
Hey, let me go ahead and get to let me get the Cutie and then Rella and then Black. I see you up here too. If you want to speak, raise your hand. Professor DJ, y'all hold it down 1 second for me.
Hey, I'll make it quick. Thanks. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
You got it. No, you good, sister. Go ahead. You got it.
Oh, okay. I'll make it quick. Peace, power, blessings, days of heaven on earth, and lineage-based cash reparations to my Black American Negro freedmen. family only. I want to thank Mark for saying that. The boycott thing is a great idea. I want them to boycott that debate with any white debaters that would come on campus, that no one shows up for the debate, not even the debaters, not even the black debaters. We know what is going on here. These white people want to ease into our spaces and our places. They never let us on their campuses to have debates and things like that. We can't go in mob groups to go anywhere on a white campus. Yeah, we can be students because we're paying that kind of money, paying all the tuition and fees and things like that. But as far as like showing up, unannounced or showing up without paying tuition is a no-go in white institutions. We know that, they are hoping that we will let our guards down and, invite them to more events and things like that. And the next thing, we'll hear about them shooting up an HBCU. We have not heard about them shooting up HBCUs because they're not invited and they're not welcomed. But all of a sudden now, they want to crack open the door and stick their pale faces in and want to come in to debate.
Blexit people and those the black people. I saw a flyer on that. Are those black people?
I don't know because I was just speaking in general about the white guy from when they debated a couple of weeks ago when those white guys showed up and stuff, and even Blexit, it's powered by Turning Point, so they're black-faced white people's black people. To me, that's what I'm getting out of it, but I don't know because it says it's powered. They're powered by Turning Point, and Turning Point is Charlie Kirk's. They just put black face to my screen went out. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay, it went out. It's been doing that. It's been glitching. I'll make it quick. I think that they should petition and remove anybody that will promote these debates or any kind of invitation from anybody because they just exchanged some black coons in the place of these white boys because they know they can't come to the cookout, period. We should be on high alert and they should have a security lockdown at these HBCUs because of these knuckle dragging cavemen trying to come in. We already know that they have snipers and killers amongst them. It keeps going in and out. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear me? Maybe I need to go.
Just talk, sister. You got me.
Yeah, it just keeps going in and out. They shoot up malls.
Get on the Wi-Fi.
Excuse me.
Get on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. No. I'm on the web, and I need to get on the app. I'll make it quick. We know that these people are shooters. They're killers. Daycares are not safe. They get on the top of roofs of hotels and snipe and pick off people. We call them going postal because of them shooting post offices up, high schools, restaurants, movie theaters. What do we look like inviting Remick into the HBCUs? This is the movie of center if I've never, ever heard. And just because they put a black face to this doesn't mean anything. Them putting a black face trying to invade the HBCU homecomings or anything. They do not need to be in our spaces or places, period. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sister. Appreciate you. Yeah, get on the app. Come on back. Come on up. Hey, Black State, I guess is you next. What's up, dog? On the social in the building. Make sure y'all follow God is Good on the social.com. Let's go.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to the News Twitter space, of course, Professor DJ, Nasrella, Original Treble, everybody up there. I see Mark up here speaking. So, you know, I've Blexit. I've been hearing Blexit in different contexts, but really had only heard about it like probably everybody else recently. So it's cool that you got the space. I went to their Twitter account. It looks like they started this account in 2018. And then when you go through the media, Kingface, if you remember that guy, the MAGA guy who passed away from whatever causes that had him pass away. But it's basically a coon convention of these black conservatives. And apparently they've been doing it for a while, going having camps, indoctrinating black children. This has been something that they've been doing this outreach for a relatively long period of time. It turns out, as I'm looking through this, the media, the White House on February 20th of this year, they had a promotion that this was a Blexit event. Now, if you remember the 20th event, like I do, this was the event where you had a bunch of black folks show up to the White House and partying and dancing and celebrating. Well, that was a Blexit event. So these peopleization, they likely funnel money to these blackface MAGAs and help promote whatever it is they got going on. I don't believe they're positive for Black America in any way, shape, or form at all. Officer Brandon Tatum's one of them, and others. I'm not going to Larry Elder and others, folks we all know in that sphere and that space. I just feel like this. If they're going to HBCUs, because I think that's what the whole intention is. It's interesting because you've got a lot of Black American students at the WPI, shout out to WPI, where they would be seemingly a more accessible audience because they are only.
Nope. Kind of lost the speaker, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
People, because they're kind of surrounded, and so I think it would even though it make logical sense that they would be easier targets, I think because they're in such a hostile environment that sometimes that may make it more difficult. Shout out to the people who believe that they have a pathway through the Republican Party to get anything done. I don't see it. I can't see it. I have seen no proof of it at all whatsoever. So it's really just indoctrination, propaganda, and an attempt, in my opinion, not to Blexit people from the Democrat Party, not to get people off of one plantation and get them onto another plantation, but I think is really a long-term strategy to politically make us so diluted. Because when we split ourselves between the Republicans and the Democrats in any percentages, it means we have no power. It would dilute our power down to the point where we have absolutely no power. Not to say that the power on the Democrat side is good in any way, shape, or form, because the people who get into office don't actually adhere to Black American principles. But that is the way our people vote. We know the Black Republicans don't give a damn about our people because they don't represent our people, because they don't win in Black majority areas. And usually the Black people they represent is a super hyper minority in the districts that they win in. So for me, the logical thing is not to keep splitting and diluting and becoming, red versus blue, but it's to figure out how we get the power, get the right people in power, and really start pushing legislation. So I'll land with that.
All right, I'm back. Good to hear from you, Black. Cutie, I missed you. DJ, I sent you the co-host invite. Go ahead, just in case we get.
I don't even see that thing because my phone's janky or whatever, but my network's still acting up.
Okay, then let me go ahead. I'll take it from you, and I'll see if I can get somebody else to get it. But Trouble.
Let me Yeah, take it from me, but let me drop down to again because I need to clean my phone up. But go ahead, though.
All right. Rella, go ahead. Unmute your mic.
Hey, before you go to Rella, I want to try to play this little, like, I got two talking points, but I'll come back with it. Go ahead, Rella.
You know, shout out to God is Good and In Trouble. It's interesting that when Black Majority brought up he brought up that event that happened at the White House after Trump won. And I was like, golly, was this the time where they were going to have an actual conversation and actually talk about things that are happening in Black America?
Based on that, remember MAGA at the White House?
Correct. And so I'm surprised Mark left because, you know, this is where he would have, you know, I hope filled in the blanks because, you know, our people have been trying to play nice in the sandbox with, you know, these political parties, whether it's a Republican or a Democratic Party, right? Even some of the libertarians. And so this is where I have really started to fall even more and more into in really understanding why ending the duopoly and it's not just a duopoly, you know, I think it's I don't know if you call it a theropoly. I don't know if I'm making that word up, but I know I am. But at this point, we're really dealing with people who are very, very sadistic, manipulating, and they are no better than the blind. The one thing Martin Luther King Jr. understood before his demise was he understood that he said, I may have, you know, walked my people into a burning house. And that's not the entire quote, but understanding that you yourself have the potential to become cannon fodder or used to be a manipulator to actually, you know, herd in new people, herd in other people to uphold this gate that has not allowed America to go through its evolution. And what is relevant to me is that very point that God is Good in Trouble brought up. You have to do two things. You have to not only pay attention and make sure that you do not become a part of the psychosis that's happening, but you also have to protect and preserve yourself and fight back when necessary. And to me, it does not serve me. It does not serve me to lie on the people who have committed so many truths that are harmful, that they are in power in all areas of activity. They are in the judicial system, they are in the legislative branch system, and they are in the executive branch system. So even if you say, oh, Trump is a tool, he's a tool, he's only a tool, you can only use him as a tool. We're not using Trump. Trump is not being used by our people. He's using our people. And then the people he has in place that our people, quote unquote, believe have power on the state level and the local level, they are using our people as well. They are watching as we flounder around, calling and demanding and, you know, and asking for change. But we have not secured ourselves. We have not preserved ourselves. We actually use our own talking points of our ancestors to move forward. We haven't built anything in this room. Those of us, I'm not saying having a business. I'm not saying you work a 9 to 5 is bad. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm saying the next generation will not have shoulders to stand on. They will be using the shoulders of the same people that we use as we invoked in our conversation, talking points But what matters is the evidence of those things, the evidence of how do you manipulate and move in this nation to protect yourself. One, you don't go out there and start lying on the people that you don't need to lie on, because as Trouble pointed out, they're going to do shit that you literally can prove that's truthful. That you now can weaponize the law, because they will weaponize the law as they always have been doing against you. So you get out here and commit defamation on somebody, and you get out here and think that you're going to pass around flyers like they pass around flyers. You don't tell everybody that on a recorded space. You do what you do in silent and secret and in the dark, because that's what they do. You notice why we never have a name of the people who pass around flyers? You notice why we always seem to know that the Ku Klux Klan exists, but we never know who they are under them sheets? Our issue truly is that stealth and the ability to understand how to operate in guerrilla warfare and to ability to understand what it means to be strategic is you cannot openly in social media and in public ouch yourself. The other piece of it is there is a duopoly that's happening here. There is a duopoly that's happening here. For those who love being petty, and Lord, I know I love me a little petty every now and then. But at the same time, in the reality of actually pushing the paper and pushing the pen and really hitting where they really don't see us coming, is to do the things that they think that we never ever will do. That is truly building and actually showing up in spaces that they never think that we will show up in. That is what they don't want. That's why they want to go to HBCUs. This is why they're using Blexit and the new black faces of people. I posted a couple of videos from their Twitter page on your timeline, News Toter. They're even using the church. People in the church. Have some of those people look foreign. They're going to try to weaponize this conversation around black people not wanting to deal with the Democratic Party, black people not want to vote Democrat no more, talking about X, Y, and Z, so that you do not ask the question, well, why hasn't the Republicans shown up for you? Well, why haven't we seen the evidence of repair and remedies to harms show up? Because let me tell you something right now. The benefit of ICE is not a physical benefit to us. All these people would have still been able to be captured and put out of the country if they will be put out of the country, because they're going through litigation. And if you understand litigation can take years. So if they're holding them somewhere and they're not really taking them out the country, that's not a benefit to us. So our immediate low-hanging fruit is to get and secure ourselves in our own nation. We are dealing with a beast that is literally now going to try to weaponize our own melanin, our own blackface looking folks, I guess, against us, because they need a new gatekeeper. And you're going to have to tell the truth. And the truth is not whether or not you're a Democrat or a Republican. The truth is whether or not you are actually going to see things for what they are and tell the truth and fight like hell to survive. And some people are not really ready, because if they can weaponize politics against you and get you to believe that all you have to do is not like the Democrats, don't vote for the Democrats, you will miss what it is that you were sent here on this earth to do. If you are still suffering and you have not gotten what you needed, and the evidence of this country has not changed, I'm not talking about the changing of hands of a president. I'm talking about the real change of hands Because as truth be told, we got some foreign people that are literally getting ready to do a 180 on our asses, and people up here thinking the HBCU conversation is going to be the biggest thing on this planet. No, the folks at that HBCU, we have to encourage them. Encourage them. Yes, if you got to kick somebody's ass because they touched you, as long as they don't touch you, you keep it pushing. As my grandmother would tell me, as long as they don't put their hands on you, you keep it pushing. Something else is going to have to give right now. And at this moment in time, we got to wake it up. And I believe that this is a big conversation, News Toter, and I hope that we dig deeper into the psyop that's getting ready to take place so that we can keep moving right now. And I'll end it there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Rella. I'm back, guys. Watch me work. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? News Toter.
Hey, what's going on, that Negro?
Hey, fam. Yes, sir. Glad to be here, Professor Black. I see God is good. DJ, Original Blood, Trouble from Birth, Cutie on Duty. I see everybody in here, man. A good old News Toter space. Shout out, y'all. Yeah, bro. Blexit, powered by Turning Point USA, is invading HBCUs homecomings. Not to be too long-winded, but and kind of piggyback off what Rella said, like, this is nothing new. This really isn't new, y'all. I mean, they're attacking new things, yes, and making new wording and verbiage to dress up these different terms. Remember, before it was CRT and woke and all these. Now it's Blexit powered. Like, the founder told us this morning, they took a childhood favorite cartoon of mine, Transformers, right? They took the Transformers, which used to be one of my favorite Saturday morning cartoons. They took that, and now they have weaponized it to direct at our kids speaking LGBTQ language and naming the characters after demons. Like, literally, y'all, this is really happening, and our kids not knowing the difference and thinking, oh yeah, Transformers, like the ones you got, Dad, or Uncle, or Grandpa, or whatever. Not realizing that they have weaponized something that used to really hit home as good fun and something cool to look at on Saturday mornings. And now they've weaponized that to...
Yep, you still there? That Negro, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me in the space?
I can hear you.
Okay. You got dropped out.
Yeah,
okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your phone, that Negro. You pause and you want us. I'll drop you down and then bring you right back up because it paused on you, so you break him up. All right, we'll bring him back up here, and hopefully he'll come back up here to well, he'll be back up in a second. Go ahead, DJ, till he comes back up here.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify some things with the conversation we had earlier about Blexit, just to correlate it with Brexit, because that's where they got it from. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember something too as I'm doing my search, that it wasn't Candace Owens who really started Blexit over here in America. She took it for someone else. Forgot about that. It's a sister out in like the Midwest somewhere. I'm about to tell you in a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get
I kind of feel like my ass was the one that started that shit and she copied it, but I might not be.
Dang, why can't y'all start cussing, yo?
I'm sorry, DJ. My bad.
I know I'm the cussing fool up here, the court jester, but dang, I'm arguing with folks right now about cussing.
This stuff just makes your blood boil.
I know.
That Negro, did he come back up? I thought I saw him, but I don't see him now.
Yeah, he probably got to, finagle his phone. X is trash. Elon Musk, worst app ever. But hopefully y'all can hear this real quick. Let's play this real fast.
AI overview. The modern movement for separation from the European Union, EU, is known as Euroscepticism. This political stance involves varying degrees of criticism and opposition to the EU in the process of European integration. Euroscepticism and Brexit. Euroscepticism. The term can describe a broad range of views, from favoring EU reform to advocating for the complete withdrawal of a member state. The main arguments often cited include loss of national sovereignty. Critics argue that the EU erodes the power of individual member states. Democratic deficit. Some believe that the EU's institutions are elitist and lack democratic legitimacy. Immigration and economic concerns. Fears related to immigration levels and the economic impact of membership also fuel Eurosceptic sentiments. Brexit. The most prominent example of a successful separation from the EU is Brexit, a portmanteau of British exit. The United Kingdom voted to leave the EU in a 2016 referendum and officially withdrew on January 31, 2020. Other separatist movements. The user's query could also be interpreted more broadly to mean regional separatist movements within Europe. These movements seek independence for their specific region, sometimes with the goal of rejoining the EU as an independent state. Notable examples include Scotland. A significant independence movement exists in Scotland, which voted to remain in the EU during the 2016 referendum. Catalonia. The movement for Catalan independence in Spain has attracted international attention, with separatists hoping for continued EU membership. Flanders. In Belgium, some factions of the Flemish movement have pushed for independence or unification with the Netherlands.
All right, so hopefully y'all heard that right there. So Brexit started in 2015, 2016 in that area. So when you correlate it to Blexit or whatever the case being, hold on, let me get my talking points right here real quick for you. When you correlate it to that, and let me open up the thing right there to speak back. When you correlate it with that, and just to go up right here, you're gonna hear it anyways. It's like the same little 60-second ploy or whatever. So origin 2016, the name was originally coined by Mila, which is spelled M-E-hyphen-L-E-A, Mila, I believe that's how it's pronounced, commonly for a Minneapolis-based grassroots movement focused on Black economic independence. I forgot about that because I remember that this sister got some type of crazy background where she like some type of nurse or something like that. She got some type of background, trust me, you know what I mean? This movement has encouraged African Americans to leave what it perceived as traditional financial systems that had disadvantaged the Black community. So just a quick ploy on this real quick.
Hey, real quick. What?
Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say, how long is that video? Because I'm trying to get I'm gonna let that Negro come up in. I'm gonna get ready to close this out in a second. How long is that video? Hello?
Yeah, you muted the mic. It's just talking points from Google, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, real quick, because then, like I said, I'm trying to get ready to close this out in a second too.
Right now, I understand, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to play with just 2 seconds. I ain't even gonna play the whole thing, man.
The purpose of the conservative movement Blexit, short for Black Exit, is to encourage Black Americans to leave the Democratic Party and embrace conservative principles. The group's stated goals are to promote economic independence, individual freedom, family values, and patriotism in Black American culture. The modern Blexit movement has evolved through several stages. Origin, 2016. The name was originally coined by Melia Connolly for a Minneapolis-based grassroots movement focused on Black economic independence. This movement encouraged African Americans to leave what it perceived as traditional financial systems that had disadvantaged the Black community. Rebrand and Shift, 2018, conservative activist Candace Owens appropriated the name and launched the Blexit Foundation. Under Owens, the movement's primary focus shifted to urging Black voters to leave the Democratic Party. Merger with Turning Point USA, 2023, the Blexit Foundation and its operations officially merged with Turning Point USA, TPUSA, a prominent conservative youth organization. TPUSA has since integrated Blexit's mission into its own platforms, events, and educational initiatives. Key objectives of the Blexit movement. Under its current structure with Turning Point USA, Blexit seeks to achieve its mission through several key objectives: changing the political narrative. Blexit aims to reshape the conversation around minority communities, with a particular focus on Black Americans. It challenges the idea that Black Americans are perpetual victims and instead presents conservative principles as a path to empowerment and self-reliance. Promoting conservative values. The movement hosts live events and uses educational programs to promote values such as faith, family, and freedom within urban and minority communities. It also advocates for entrepreneurship, free enterprise, and free market capitalism as solutions to poverty. Educational initiatives. Blexit provides educational resources for adults and youth that focus on civics, American history, and founding principles. A specific initiative, the Blexit Student Movement, works to promote conservative views on historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs. Grassroots organization. Local Blexit chapters operate across the country, organizing events and community service projects to spread the movement's message at the local level. Advocating for specific policies, the movement supports school choice, alternative educational opportunities for low-income families, and criminal justice reform to combat what it describes as over-incarceration in minority communities.
Go ahead, that's it.
All right. That Negro, I know you was up here, you was speaking before. I'm gonna let you speak, and then I'm gonna let Black Majority, and then we're gonna close this out for the night.
Okay. Yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it kept on saying you were muting me, so I don't know. It's probably just a glitch. So, but anyways, like I was saying, make it short and fast. And what they said, what they just said on that recording. I mean, if you hear Candace Owen, you better run the other way, because we know what she is. She already told us who she is, so we know what Blexit is. All these little organizations popping up, as far as I see it, if you ain't running or riding with the Funded Socially crew or somewhere around that grassroots area or someone that Black majority state would mess with, dude, you ain't part of the real movement. You're not part of what we're really doing, and everything else is directed at sabotaging whatever we're doing. So just to touch on that little thing real quick, but to finish up what I was saying, they are infiltrating everything. This Blexit, Transformers, everything we see right now is a mirage. So do not fall for it. Do not fall for any little piece of it. It's a mirage, and there is nothing good coming out of it except stealing our email addresses and calling our phones to vote blue no matter who, or red until you're dead. One of the two, So I just wanted to say that. Stay on your square. Keep your head on the swivel, because they coming at us in every direction possible. And thanks for bringing this. I didn't hear about Blexit specifically, but thank you for bringing this up, and I'll definitely be looking out at that. But get your butts to Delaware or somewhere where our people are congregating together to change the narrative. And I'll land right there. Thanks, News Talker.
All right. Thank you, that Negro. Let me go ahead and get to Black, and then we're going to close this space out for the night. We'll be back tomorrow night, though, guys. Black, you got it?
Okay, I appreciate it. So I only came up because Owen's name was brought up, Kirk, Blexit. Like, there's a big space going on right now about that, because there's all these interwoven factions going on in that whole sphere of people. But there are rumors that they were basically having an affair together, and it kind of is starting to make sense to me, because she seems to be the person who's going the hardest for him and protecting it, like way more than even his wife is. She's going like extra, like way overboard in the defense of who this person was, and trying to investigate who, and so that may be an angle that a lot of people haven't really came into contact with, but it makes a lot of sense. I'll just land with that.
All right, I never heard that one, Black, but I know she has been she's really been cutting up since he died and stuff like that. But that's a new one, so that's the first I'm actually heard that one. But we'll definitely have to keep our ears on that one. So appreciate you filling us in on that. But yeah, she's really been taking it kind of hard as well too. So thanks for that information. Like I said, we're gonna come back tomorrow night. We're gonna.
It's believable, total. It is believable.
Yeah, hey, she got a white man already, so it ain't.
Yeah. That's what these that's what bed renters do, man. They go all in for a white man. Cry for him, make videos talking about love him, and talking about I go crazy if you go here trying to talk to a white woman. I know y'all seen that video too. Black women that are bed renters put videos out talking about, why you going with that white girl? I mean, that white woman over there. Well, he a white man. That's where he should be going, over there.
Hey, but that was like I said, I wouldn't be totally shocked if that was true about her as well too. So hey, we definitely gotta find out more about that as well too. But shout out to everybody that came in here tonight. This was a great space. Shout out to you, Professor, you, Black Majority State, DJ, Rella, Original, Trouble, Cutie. Shout out to you also, that Negro. Y'all coming here tomorrow night, man. We're gonna have another good space plan as well too. So definitely come on in here, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:05 on YouTube, guys. So definitely get up with us tomorrow night. Shout out to everybody that went ahead and followed the actual account as well too. And guys, to stay notified on it, go to the News Toter Twitter page and click that notification bell, so you'll be sure to see all of the actual posts and stuff that we go ahead and put out as well too. So we definitely appreciate everybody that came in tonight and participated. DJ, you got something to say in like a minute?
Yeah, join the News Total community is in the Jumbotron. Get in the chat, get in the Jumbotron right there, left-hand side. Let's go.
Yeah, join that as well too. We got over 1,000 members in that community. It's crazy. I started the actual community, but now I'm no longer because I had to start a new account. I'm no longer the admin in there, so I'm just a regular participant in there as well too. So that's crazy. I'm the one that actually created the actual page, but it's the Black American Newsroom. That's what it's called. So guys, join that. Drop and not only join it, but go ahead and add content as well too. That's why I try to add content daily so you guys can stay up. So it's over 1,000 people. We got 1,267 members. Go ahead and join that and post in that and retweet the information out as well too. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys. I appreciate everybody. Y'all be safe, peace, and we will see you tomorrow night, 8:00.
Peace.